Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Conspiracy Dinks podcast. I'm Lulu.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
What just happened?
This is a bad idea.
What just happened? I don't know what just happened. I'm Lulu.
I'm Kenzie.
I'm Holly.
That's Kenzie. That's Holly. And Isabella. So we've been planning this podcast actually for quite a while. It's the informally named Belly Trolls Us podcast because Belly has given us each a word and a phrase that only we know, and we're supposed to use sometime throughout this podcast without anyone else figuring it out. I might put up the words here on screen just for a couple seconds in case anyone wants to look out and anticipate us saying them, but I should admit, I did not come up with this idea personally. I watched the Hank and John podcast, and they did this. I don't want to be that one person that, steals an idea and pretends it's my own. So, yeah, I just saw it in there, and I thought it was really funny. So, yeah.
I apologize for that error. Someone liked my Instagram post, and I went to slide it up and, move it away, but it went into the app. And it was
yeah. That's
fine. My parents are yelling at me for being loud.
That's fine. Holly, what's on your onesie?
So I'm wearing a chic Tasmanian devil onesie.
Chic.
Wait, I have a question. Do we use the phrase and the word in the same sentence?
No, you can use them any point, but you should try to use it exactly.
And make it discreet.
Yeah, and then do it as subtle as possible. And if you think you caught someone saying one, just write it down or remember it or something, and at the end we'll try and guess what each other's words were. Yeah.
Okay, mine's not that discreet. I'm telling you right now.
I've been thinking about mine for a while.
Oh god, I don't know how to make this.
I forget what my one word was. Or not my word. My one sentence. What it was exactly.
Oh, and Holly's wearing her onesie. Me and Kenzie are both wearing the new Last Minute Trips shirt. Wait, I'll turn around and model it. It's so cool. Can you see that? No, probably not. I love it so much. I'm so glad I got this one. This is my second one that I have at all. So
I'll be sure to tag Colin on this and be like, yeah, you have to watch it now.
Yeah.
Wrapping your shirt.
I mean, Colin, if you're here, it obviously works, but I don't think it will.
Yeah, I've never bought one. I want one though, but I can't buy them.
I guess I'm kind of sad because since it's on the back, you can't really see it, and since I wear sweatshirts all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if they did sweatshirts, Last Minute Trips sweatshirts? That would be so cool.
Oh, I'd with those.
I would find a way to buy it. But I currently have
money.
No money at all.
Yeah, I'm a broke high school kid, so.
Also, Holly, you have to ask your Mary Brown if they're hiring 2 people because the girl needs a job.
I keep forgetting that you guys are
I got a job
neighbors.
interview after 4 months of searching for a job. That's the only one company calls me back. Well, they didn't even call me back. They messaged me on this app thing. So I'm it doesn't even feel formal.
Yeah.
But,
I always worry if that kind of stuff.
Interview, we'll go in, give it a whirl, and then I'll,
I went on LinkedIn at one point and I applied for all these random internships that came up because I was I have a resume now, I'll just submit that a bunch of times. None of them replied. I was I was not surprised at all, but it would have been cool.
I love that when this podcast comes out, my hair's going to be short and rose gold.
That's so cool.
That's so cool, yeah.
I'm excited.
When this podcast comes out,
I just cut my hair, but it's up, so you can't really see it.
I cut my hair myself, and it's a little uneven in the back, but you can't really tell, so it's okay.
The last time I cut my hair, I went to this hair salon, and the lady was so judgy, and she's like, when's the last time you cut your hair? And I was like, a year ago, and she's like, oh, wow. I was like, okay. And then it was a terrible haircut, so I haven't cut it since then.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I just realized we're supposed to just be bringing up our phrases. Oh my god, what if I missed one already? This is stressful.
No.
You just
bring it up whenever.
No,
yeah.
I'm like
yeah,
stressed
like
that
if
you guys already brought it up
try
and I
and
missed it.
incorporate it in a story or something. I don't know. Don't.
No,
yeah.
let's just continue a conversation. I think that's the hardest way to do it.
That is. I mean, I did write down some stuff I want to talk about. One, the fires. Isabella, you're in California, right?
Yes.
So this is like the second round of fires that's like freaking with the LA.
So I live in NorCal, so I'm like by San Francisco, and so we got hit really hard with like 100+ fires or whatever, and pretty much the entire county burned. I don't have a school anymore. A lot, like I'm like the only person out of my friends who haven't lost their house, and yeah, it's just insane. And then SoCal's on fire now, so
that is insane.
The winds have been really strong, so it doesn't.
I can't even imagine what that's like. Like, I mean, like I saw the videos on Twitter of them of like the highway, like where people are driving down. You could just see it on either side.
It doesn't look real. Oh my god!
Like,
it looks see my town. Like it's insane. Like my dad, the first night they started, he was driving from. So the fire started in a place called Kenwood, and it's where our restaurant is. And he was driving home because the winds were super like strong. They were like 80 miles an hour. And my mom was like freaking out. And so he was driving home, and then he saw these fires. And then all of a sudden, it was just like a wall of fire, and he couldn't drive past. And he was like, I had never seen anything like that. He took a video of it, and it's basically just like a bunch of embers like flying across the freeway, or not the freeway, the highway.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the aftermath, like when we were, okay, hold on, scratch that. When we were evacuating, we could see like the fire on the hills next to our house, and we were like, oh my god, this is insane. And of course it's like bumper to bumper traffic, and so you feel like it's just gonna come and get you, and you're just stressed.
That's so horrible to think about. It literally looks like it's from a horror movie. Like I don't understand how stuff like that happens. Like in such a big city too. I've always haven't worried about stuff like that because I'm like, oh, I live in Seattle. Like, if something like that happened, we have the technologies to deal with it, but, like, obviously we don't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, in our town, we're a kind of small town, but it affected our whole county and, like, the county above us, and we just did not know what to do. They just burned for a couple days because we couldn't do anything because it was just the wind was so strong and it was moving too fast, and basically it was just like get the people out and just let things burn, I guess. So like the house I grew up in, I passed by it the other day. It's like totally leveled. There's nothing left. And then like my cousin's house, totally leveled. And then it's just like everywhere, like where it was burned, it literally looks like an apocalypse movie. Like me and my brother keep saying that because it really does. And it's just like the couple days after the fires were stopped and like they were out, you could still see smoke coming out from the side of the freeway on the metal things. And it was like so weird. And then when you were evacuated, like I got woken up in the middle of the night by my mom, and she like woke me up and she was like, we need to leave, like, grab your stuff. And I'm like, what's happening? She's like, there's fires. And I didn't even comprehend what was going on. I just, like, grabbed, like, stuff that was special to me, and I left. And, like, after I left, I realized, I'm like, I didn't grab this, I didn't grab this, I didn't grab this. And then I was thinking about all the people who, like, didn't have time to grab things because there's this neighborhood, like, this hill in our city that, like, basically just police sirens were going off, and they were banging on their doors and yelling at them to leave. And they couldn't grab anything. And so I don't know. It was crazy.
Yeah. First thing I heard about it was I saw a video from, there's a YouTuber I watch called William Osmond, and he makes like 3D printing videos and laser cutting videos, and he's super, super funny, and like all of his videos have cats in it somehow, and I watch him every week. And I saw a video where he's like, I burned my house down, and he always jokes about stuff like that, like, the fritter's gonna like catch the house on fire, I should just start over. But like the video... What, Dad? 1 second. Dad, do you need something? Okay, I think we're fine. the video starts and he's like literally standing in the ruins of his house. Like there isn't even a structure to it. There's just like a dishwasher and stuff, and he like goes through it, and like you can tell he's like really upset by it. But like that, I was like, oh my god. And the awesome part is though, like I think he posted that and it had like 40K views or 100 or something. And then within the first hour of him posting it, his GoFundMe that he set up had passed like 20K, which was really cool. But,
yeah.
With the fires going on in NorCal right now, I'm terrified that like something's gonna happen with Jenna and Julian and the dogs, and they're gonna have to evacuate or something like that.
Yeah, I think the fires are far enough from them right now that if they were to get an evacuation notice, they would know about it and have time to get all of their stuff. Like for my family, the first night we got evacuated sucked because we couldn't grab too much, but we grabbed what we could. But the second time we got evacuated, we had already packed a bunch of stuff because we knew we were going to have to leave again. And so we were able to grab a ton of stuff. Like I grabbed half my closet. I grabbed all the dog stuff. I grabbed like everything I could that we could fit in our 3 cars. And so I feel like they would be okay because they know about them now. It sucks for the people who woke up and they had to leave.
Yeah.
So
I can't even imagine what that would feel like realizing you have to leave and not knowing if you're going to come back and your house is going to still be there. Like, you're essentially choosing what you get to keep.
Yeah, I was kind of like, in my head, I was like, okay, what's an irreplaceable? What can I not take? Or what can I not buy again? Yeah. And basically it came down to like my laptop, my phone, some art supplies, and like my special box where I put all my childhood stuff in, and then like a couple letters, like Belly's letter, speaking of, I took hers, and I took like the irreplaceable jewelry I have, and I was like, okay, and if the rest burns, I'm gonna have to buy it again. I'm like, I don't know what else to do. And so basically that was like the mindset.
Yeah, that's so sad. Like I'm looking at, like I can see your room with all your posters and stuff, and that's like essentially what my room looks like too. Like I would be so upset if I lost all that.
Yeah, and like I wanted to rip my vinyls down and take them all, and like, but I couldn't, and I was like, whatever, I'll just buy them again. And it was a lot. It was emotional.
Yeah, I think if anything happened like that down in like where Holly and I live, I wouldn't know what to take because I hold everything so like near and dear to me. Like it's like I would want to take like all of my clothes, all of my makeup. Well, I would because nothing's letting me like leave behind all my makeup because that is like in the thousands over there.
Yeah, I know. Sitting next to me, I have one of those big IKEA like Alex drawers or whatever, full of makeup, and I didn't take any of it. I'm like, because that's not important. Because when you're in that situation, you're like, okay, go down the list. What's most important to me? And it was. Yeah.
I would have been able to like probably leave some stuff over on the table I have over there, but like I would need to take like my school uniform because even though like since my school is like 15 minutes down the road from me, it probably would be like shut down too. I still would want to like bring that with me just in case because the uniforms there, it's like $75 for a kilt.
Jeez.
And my parents just don't have that kind of money. So I'd be like super scared and I'd want to bring everything. And then I also have a book that my friend sent me from all the way from Texas. And it was signed by one of my favorite authors back when I liked Glee. And so there are a few things here. That's like majority of the things I have I'm like I don't want to leave behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is crazy. It's something else I wanted to talk about. I
have a feeling this is going to be really hard to like get into our sentences because knowing Belly, she all sent us something really
Belly
weird.
Belly was like, that's a great idea. I'm going to screw with you.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys got sent, but what I got sent, I don't know how I'm going to incorporate it. But
we will find out soon.
Me neither.
There's these like girls in my class. I know this is super random. There's these like girls in my class, and one of them, she's like, I hope this doesn't sound mean, but she's the kind of girl that's like really obsessed with like her homework and everything like that, and like she's really careful and diligent, and she got me into planners, like, so she convinced me to buy this planner, and I was so excited at first, and I was like writing all my stuff down, and I'd write like can you see these words? I'd write words in cursive every day to like inspire me. And now I'm like so disappointed because I've had it for like 2 months and it's already falling apart. Like on the sides, it's frilling, and these little flat things that show the months, they're like coming apart in the middle. And I'm like so disappointed. Like, what's the point of buying a planner if you can only use it for 3 months? Like, it has the whole year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really disappointed because now I'm attached to this. Because also, it like kind of matches my Starbucks cup.
Yeah.
So I don't want to separate it with it. But like, if it falls apart, there's nothing I could do about it. It's fine.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine. Whatever. I only paid like $12 for it anyway. But
dude, I want a planner.
Holly, you're being so eerily quiet.
Yeah.
Holly just goes quiet sometimes. Like, she just...
Is that a picture of Crush from Nemo?
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I found this at a yard sale. 1 second. I found it at a yard sale, and I purchased it because I felt that it was an important piece of art.
That is amazing.
I love it.
If you're listening to the podcast right now, Holly has a framed screen cap from Nemo that she found from a garage sale with like the turtle that seems really stoned. What are you guys doing? What? I don't understand what's happening. I'm shivering so bad. It's like...
We'll fix it later. We'll fix it later.
It's so cold. It's so cold.
Kenzie and I are on the same page.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. That's like the only piece of art I have on the wall. And then there's that. That's from when my grandma like had the house, because we got this house because my great grandmother died and she had the house for a while. And this thing was on the wall, so I just never took it down. And I also have her like high school diploma thing.
We can't see anything of that.
It's just on my wall because I don't know what to do with it. So I'll just keep it.
I'm going to pop out of the Skype app for 1 second because I forget what my sentences that I have to say, and I don't want to like get it wrong.
Yeah, okay. I wrote it down here.
So you're still going to be able to hear me. You just won't be able to see me. You'll see Jenna's beautiful face.
You know what I realized? I don't actually know, like, this sounds wrong. It doesn't sound correct.
Okay.
But I don't actually know who Belly is. Like, I don't know what she looks like or sounds like.
Oh my god, she's like my best friend. I love her.
But like, I don't know. That's so weird.
I didn't know who Belly was before I joined the Conspiracy Dinks because everybody was just talking about this belly, and I was like, "Is that a person? Is that like an object?"
Is that a meme?
Talk about bellies?
Yeah. And then I was like, "Oh my god, it's a person!" And they're like, everybody just calls him Belly. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's really odd at first, like not knowing what everybody was talking about.
Yeah. It feels like you're
we did a
late
podcast
to the conversation.
We did the 2017 comments podcast with Belly. She's a walking meme.
Yeah.
I don't think
the same person you see online is the person you get offline.
I'm so cold. I know I keep saying that, but like it's literally so freezing. Ooh, dude. I have a... Wait, did I write that down? I did. Okay, do you guys babysit?
No.
Yes, I do.
Holly does?
My god, I got called tonight to babysit on the weekend. Jeez. I don't like children, but I babysit because I get money.
I love children, and I love babysitting.
I love children.
Kenzie and I are on the same page.
But she babysits all the time.
Yeah,
I get money.
Yeah, I babysit.
I love children and I get money. So
yeah, I'm the same with you, Kenzie. And plus,
I like kids before a short amount of time. My patience runs pretty low.
Yeah.
I love kids. I like tutor every week, and I like babysit all the time, and like it's kind of interesting. I've talked about where I live before, but it's kind of like this isolated upper class community. So all the families are like very, I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, but like
wealthy.
Yeah, that.
Are they wealthy?
But like white and like a lot of mixed families as well.
It's like really white.
Yeah, but I mean, so it's really interesting to go into these houses and like see their families that are so different from mine. Like there's this one family and the kids ate nothing but like pizza bites and stuff, and they like watch TV till like 11 p.m. every night, and they're like 7 and 9 years old. And then there's this other family. I babysat for them because they were like our neighbors, and they're like, please babysit for us, and because they told me like their last babysitter, she was like, there's something that I didn't know. I don't know why their last babysitter quit for them when I started babysitting, which should have probably been a sign, but she was like, the mom was like, oh yeah, she doesn't babysit for us anymore. And I was like, okay, whatever. But then the kids, they were like, the little girl, she was like screeching, and she like wasn't talking. She was like screeching and laughing and like yelling so loud while the mom was there. And the little boy didn't say a single word the entire time I was there. And then I was like talking to the girl and trying to get her to go to bed. And she was like, oh, our last babysitter, Carol, she was like crazy. And she started telling me all this stuff that the last girl had done. She's like, Carol, she like smoked, and she like lit like cigarettes inside the house. Or like, Carol, she turned up the music on the TV loud after we had gone to bed, and she fed the kids cheap juice. And like, she told me all this stuff that the last babysitter had done that was like so bad. And I was like, what the heck? And then I like the kids, I finally get them to go to bed, and the parents come back, and I was like, oh, I said something, and she was like, oh, that's not true, whatever, and then they paid me, and then I left, and then I never babysat for them again, because I was so, like, freaked out by this family. Like,
traumatized.
I was traumatized. Like, the kids were so mean to me, too. I, like, tried to read books to the boy, and he just was like, he just stared at me, and he, like, wouldn't talk to me. It was weird. It was a weird family. It, like, their dad wasn't, I knew the parents were, like, married, but, like, I'd never met the dad, and it was just weird. It was just weird. There's so many families that I babysit for, like, once, and then I'm like, I didn't feel right about that. I don't want to babysit for them again.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had, like, a weird babysitting experience like that, but there was this one time where, like, I don't know. Okay. So I used to babysit these kids, like, around this time last year, and I don't know, I didn't have any problem with it, but, like, they watched, like, shows that are, like, meant for boys, I guess, but, like, then they also, like, when I was there, they'd watch, like, Barbie Dreamhouse on Netflix, and I'm like, this is cool, like, I don't really care what you watch, but, like, their dad came home the one time. This made me so mad, and I almost started crying because, like, out of anger, but, like, he came home, he looked at the TV, and they scrambled to turn it off as fast as they could because they knew he was going to say something. He came in, he's talking to his friend or something, he turns to the TV, and he's like, that's so gay. And then I was just like, you're just going to say that to your kids? I'm like, seriously? Like, and then I went home, and I was so upset. And my mom was like, what's the problem? And I told her, and she's like, oh, okay. But yeah, that was an experience. I haven't babysat for them since, and I actually still have to give them their key back. I have it. I gotta give them that back.
That's really funny.
That's so gay on their walls.
I'm very...
key their car.
But I was just so surprised by that when that happened. I was just like, I don't know what to say right now.
Yeah. That story Kenzie, you go.
I've had a pretty normal babysitting experience. I babysit, like, reoccurringly for one family. It's a single mom who has 3 kids and lives with her parents. And so she's a nurse as well. So she has really odd, like, jobs. And almost all of November, I got out of 4th period because she needed me to babysit. I was like, hey. But she's got a 2-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And the 10-year-old is fine. She can entertain herself. The 7-year-old is also fine. He can entertain himself. And the majority of the time when I'm babysitting, the 2-year-old is asleep. So I have a grand time.
That's like one of those things where you're basically just being paid to do your homework. It's amazing.
I literally did that for, like, every Friday for like all of November.
Okay, I remembered 2 really good stories about babysitting. Should I tell the one where the mom was, like, really drunk every time she picked me up, or the one where the parents, like, tried to shame me into babysitting for free?
Wait, can I pause this?
Yes.
We need a podcast on babysitting stories.
Yes. Well, I guess this will be the part 1, I guess.
Okay. Just a warning, I need to go like a half an hour.
That's fine.
Just a warning.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we'll be done by then anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, making sure.
Which
I
story should I tell?
Yet. It's 6:30. Hungry. I want to like chomp down on a burger. You feel?
Yeah.
It is 9:30 and I want to go to sleep. I'm so tired.
I've
been falling asleep really early every night.
Like how
Oh,
early?
I wish I could.
Too.
I've been falling asleep not early enough as I should.
My school's played. Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
My school's play just finished on Saturday, and I have been catching up on my sleep. Like, I stayed home on Monday, and I was awake for a total of 7 hours.
Oh,
God. I was exhausted.
That sounds amazing.
I just got a new puppy, so I don't get a lot of sleep nowadays.
Does he, like, cry a lot?
So he sleeps through the night now, but he wakes me up early in the morning. Like, by whining because he wants attention.
Yeah. When my dog used to do that, he just sort of lays around.
I have an older dog. I have an 8-year-old German Shepherd, but we just got he's 2 months old now, a 2-month-old Morkie. So they're like the polar opposite.
That's cute. Yeah, your dog is so cute. His name is Georgie,
He's adorable.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like the perfect dog to just like have and carry around and just...
That's literally what I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he's in my corner sleeping. Otherwise, he'd be, like, right here on my chest. I stick him in my sweatshirts, and he's super comfy, so.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Man, my dog's like 90 pounds.
Yeah, he's a whopping 3.4 pounds. So.
My dog hates
Holly,
me.
Holly has seen Obi. She can confirm how huge he is.
He's adorable. I like sat on the couch and then he got on my lap and he was just laying there letting me pet him and he's really big though. He's bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah,
he's
90
pounds.
Friends
in your life?
Yeah.
Huh?
Am I missing something?
Wait, yeah, she lives like 20 minutes down the road.
They both live in Canada, like right next to each other.
What the heck?
I know, isn't that weird? And we haven't talked about this enough.
That way and just keep going and then turn eventually and then like turn again, then I'll get to Kenzie's house.
That's so
Wait,
cool.
so were you guys friends before seedings or did you meet? Like,
no, we found it that we live near each other in Wasco Chat 5 because we were both just like, I live in Canada. I live in Canada too. I live in Ontario. I live in Ontario too. And then Kenzie was like, I live in between Toronto and Ottawa. I'm like, and then I had to look it up because I'm like, wait, is that where the city I'm near is? Oh, yeah, it is. So then I was like, oh, yeah, me too. And then I found out that she was like 10 minutes away.
Cool. That's so
cool. So bad, like, Periwinkle Ding. I forget her username now, but Soph and I, she grew up in the town I live in, and she like went to high school like next to the one I used to go to before it burned, and it was so weird and coincidental because it's such a small town.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's crazy.
Yeah. I didn't go to rival high schools.
Really?
I don't know anything that goes on between like sports and all that, so like I don't know anything, and I just sometimes hear about like sports games happening, and they're like, oh, like we gotta beat Holy Cross, like they're gonna take us down if we don't. I don't know what's going on.
That's really funny. I think there's one or two people that live in like Seattle, which is, I live outside of Seattle. I think Caden lives like 20 or 30 minutes away, but like that's not super convenient to see each other. Like it's not like we're ever gonna meet up unless like someone goes on tour.
And Holly and I went to Bufferfest together, and then we met originally on Canada Day.
That's cool. Oh,
yeah.
and we haven't talked about this on the podcast, I don't think, but we are going to try, I'm going to try and meet up with you and Holly at least in Canada in like 2 weeks. 3 weeks maybe. I know. Yeah, it seems, it's
you
very...
Your aunt lives here, you can come visit your aunt.
I know, she's great. She always posts like weird stuff on Facebook where she's like, you can't share this. Like, don't share these images. They're private. I'm like, I've never even met you. Stop emailing me.
That's really funny. Dude, I want to go to Canada so bad. Like, it just seems so cool.
It's really
awesome.
Yeah,
really
also
cool.
A bunch of, like,
I don't know. I only know the sketchy neighborhood part of it, really, because that's like where I've lived. But like, I don't know, the parts I visited, like Toronto. Toronto's great, but it's also really busy.
Yeah. I told my grandma I want to go to school in Toronto, or I'm applying to the University of Toronto, and she's like, "Oh, you don't want to go there. It's so busy. I hate Toronto." And I'm like, "That sounds great."
Dude, speaking of busy,
There's
people need to stop moving to California. We're full.
Yeah, everyone's
max capacity.
I don't get how people are like, "Oh, I live in Los Angeles," but like, you're a 2-hour drive away from each other.
Yeah, no. Oh my god, the traffic is ridiculous. Even in my city, it takes me freaking an hour to get to the location I'm going to school at. Like,
that is not fair.
An hour, it should be 20 minutes. Like, you're full. Stop moving here. You can chase your dreams in the state you live in.
Okay, we were at Bufferfest, and our hotel, like, in Kingston, would have been approximately, like, 18 to 20 minutes away from the Elgin Theater, which is where it was happening. It took us almost an hour just to get into town to meet up with Rachel. And she kept texting us, she was like, where are you? And
I love Rachel so much.
Rachel was waiting for us, and she's like, I'm just going to go into Tim Hortons, because, like, I've been waiting for 45 minutes. So she just sat in there, and eventually we got there.
Dude, and at work, it took me 2.5 hours to get to the airport when it should have taken 10 minutes. And I fell asleep.
Oh, wow.
It took a rad nap.
Yeah, and the restaurant we were supposed to go to, the Spaghetti Factory, we ended up going to, like, a completely different place because it was packed.
It was crazy in there. There was so many people just waiting around for a table, and we're like, yeah, this probably isn't the best idea.
Yeah, because we had, like, 2 hours to get to the Elgin Theater for Bufferfest to start, and we were like, if we wait around, we won't be out of here before it even starts.
Mm-hmm.
So we just went to this other place, and then we were there, and then we met Julian, and he's the biggest sweetheart, and I love him. And then we met Colin, and he's also a huge sweetheart.
Oh, but Colin wasn't at Buffer, so. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't actually there.
Yeah.
I know.
Wait, have you guys used your words or phrases yet?
No.
I have.
Oh, dang it, I missed it.
Ooh, girl. I'm not telling.
I thought I got yours, Kenzie. I guess not.
I haven't said anything yet.
You guys better keep talking.
Spaghetti Factory sounded too weird, but then I realized that Holly was there too, and it wouldn't have made sense.
I'm gonna talk less so that you guys can try and get yours out.
I already got my word out, but I didn't get my phrase out. So.
Wait, what? Ooh.
We're really not paying attention.
I didn't catch. I've been listening, but I've this is just normal conversation. I haven't caught anything. I'm gonna have.
I think it's just like talk really weird, anyways.
I'm gonna listen to this back, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so dumb. That was so obvious."
Oh no, I think mine was actually pretty good. It was pretty subtle, but my phrase is not gonna be subtle.
Well, keep talking.
I'm trying to figure out a spot where I can fit mine in.
My word isn't even weird. It's just like. I wouldn't ever bring this up in conversation.
Oh, I did actually have a weird babysitting story.
Go for it.
So I feel like this might lead into the.
Don't go for her.
No, I was babysitting for these two twins. They're like 3 or 4, I don't know, but they were a lot younger then. And the little girl, she comes up to me. And she, like, drags me into their living room. I'm like, okay, sweetie, what's going on? And she just sort of points at the TV. I'm like, okay. Like, they're 2 at this point, so I have no idea what they're talking about because I can't talk. Mm-hmm. And then she... I don't even know. It was weird. She was just kept pointing at the TV for no reason. Oh, hi.
And below you.
Okay.
Drop the level.
I'm not even being that loud.
Yeah, you are. Drop the level, please. Yeah.
Fine. That was my dad, everyone.
Wow.
Okay, so I don't have a weird babysitting story because I don't babysit, but I was at my friend's house one time, and, like, their parents, they're married, don't get me wrong, but they don't have the best relationship, and so they're just very distant from each other, which is not good, but, like, it's better than getting in fights all the time, I guess. And so I was at their house, and I was like 6 or something. We were in elementary school way long ago, and, like, we were laying in her mom's bed because she said we could, and you can see where this is going. We were laying in her mom's bed because she said we could, because there was a TV in there, and it was, like, after a sleepover, and it was, like, in the morning. We were still tired. So we were laying in her mom's bed, we were watching TV, and her daughter was trying to find the remote, because there was a separate one for, like, the DVD player back in the day. And so she was trying to find the DVD player remote, and she opened a drawer, and there was a fucking paper mache dildo in there. And I was like, first of all, I didn't know what it was when I was younger, but when I look back on it, because I vividly remember it now, I was like, why would she, A, keep it in a drawer? B, why would she, like, let us be in her room if it was there? C, why was it paper mache? Because I know, I know, like, I obviously know what it looks like now, because I'm friends with Belly. I know what a regular one is.
You get your fair share of the pictures of them.
Yes, I do.
Just sends you
I think
daily,
the bigger
like,
question is, how did she make that?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't even know if it actually was paper mache, but it looked like it. Anyways, that was my weird story. I've had way too many experiences like that at a friend's house.
Is it true that, like, everyone in LA is crazy? Like, people are just, like, crazy there, no one's normal.
Pretty much. In every big city, it's pretty much
Except for the
crazy.
YouTubers, they're normal.
My friend was, I was texting her, and she was like, I'm gonna send you a picture, and I'm like, okay. She's just like, it ends in Enos, and I'm like, oh god. And I literally was thinking about to block the contact. I was like, I don't want to see this, because my parents would have seen this. And then she sent me a weenus, and I was like, god damn it. It was well played, and I was like, really? And she's like, yep. I was like, I was expecting something else, and she was just like, I know you were.
That's one of those,
My
like,
friends do that all the time.
thing.
Honestly, they'll send me, they'll be like, I'm gonna send you something, and then it's like a word play or whatever it was.
Yeah. I have, like, nothing written down for you guys. I'm very disappointed in myself.
What do you mean you have nothing written down? Holly, do you have any stories to tell?
Am I supposed to have a story?
I don't know.
Oh,
you haven't talked
tell
a
us about some
lot.
weird dreams you've had.
Yeah.
I don't have any good stories right now at the moment.
After this, I'm gonna go to sleep because I'm exhausted. So why don't we talk about dreams, because those can be some weird.
Can we put a, like, time limit for the rest of this, because I need to eat soon? Can
Yeah.
we do 15 more minutes, because then it'll be an hour?
Yeah, that'll be
Sure.
perfect.
So get your words and phrases out in the next 15 minutes.
I have my
Okay.
guesses, but
And then also by that time we could see what the phrases were, because now I'm curious.
I should actually start recording my dreams so that, like, I can remember them. But I never do that.
Otto gave me a tattoo in Hot Topic the other night.
Oh, I have a dream that freaks me out, and I can show you. Actually, I'll move something when I show you, because, like, there's things. But okay, so I had a dream that there was this. Okay, this was a couple nights after seeing Annabelle, like the second one. So I don't know if that kind of, like,
triggered it.
Yeah, but okay. So I went to bed. Everything was fine for a bit. Then, like, I don't know if it was before I went to sleep or while I was sleeping, but, like, it was me in my bed. I don't know if I saw that in real life or if it was in the dream, but there was, like, some girl, like, standing near my door, which is right here. So, like, imagine, like, right beside my door there. That's where she was standing. And it freaked me out. And I don't know. The dream just kept going. And, like, I heard things about, like, this is the first night, like, there's a second night of this and the girl just kept like scaring me, and it was kind of like if you seen Annabelle, it was just like jump scares in a dream. It was really weird, and I'm still afraid that there's gonna be like some sort of second night in my dreams. So like
Ooh,
sometimes
that
I'm
would be
afraid to
freaky.
go to sleep.
No, I feel that. I get really like vivid nightmares. So
Yeah. I had like a
Oh,
nightmare.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh.
I don't remember a lot of like my dreams, but the ones that I do remember, I remember like every single little detail, and it's kind of scary sometimes because people are like, what is the weirdest dream you had?" And I can like pinpoint like everything that happened, and they're like, "How do you remember all that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. My brain is messed up."
That's really weird.
I don't know. I also had another dream where like I don't even remember what happened, but I don't know. I got shot in the dream. So like I woke up and I had like a pain in like my inner abdomen. It felt like I actually got shot. It was the weirdest thing. So now I don't know.
That's
I
just
don't know what
period
it feels like to get shot, but that's just really weird. That you just,
oh my god, that freaks me out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know. But I don't even have many weird dreams. Those are like very spaced out over like a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
See, like the first dream I can remember vividly, like remembering, is when I was like 5, and I'm like almost 16 now, so it's been like 11 years, and I still remember every detail. And basically, I was in my new house, which is my old house now, and like a giant was coming to like step on it, and so I was like trying to like pick out things that I wanted to take with me before it got like crushed. And as I was running out, I forgot to put on like one of my shoes, so I like ran back into the house to get on my second shoe as like the giant was like coming and stepping on the house, and like in the nick of time I tied the shoe and I like raced back out, and my parents were like so mad at me, and I was like, I didn't do anything wrong, I needed shoes.
Yeah, I remember this like repeating nightmare I used to have when I was super, super little. And it's weird because I don't have a lot of memory from like before first grade, but I like remember this dream that like, so it was my family, so me and my mom, my dad, and my brother, we were in our car and we were going down this really steep driveway, and there was 2 houses you can go to. One was super dark and it was like a prison. The other one was super bright and stuff. But both were like photo places because my mom loves to take pictures, and super random. But they were both like photo places to get family pictures taken, and one of them was like super bright. But like every time we would go down and like turn into the bright happy one, and I'd be like relieved. But one night we went to the dark one, and I don't remember what happened after that. But super random. But thought I should share.
It's crazy how like your brain can make up that kind of stuff just in your head. Like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The night after we did the 2017 Comments podcast, I kid you not, my entire dream was me just going, "Shank my taint," over and over again. I have no idea why, but like it was stuck in my head, and I'm pretty sure it was Belly that came up with that.
Of course.
I'm in AP Psych right now, and we had a project where we had to like record our dreams from every night, and I really kind of did it because there was a bunch of weird dreams that came out of it. And one of them, I was like, the dream started. I was like hiking down this hill, like a dirt hill, and I didn't know where I was going, but I was with this guy, and we were hiking down the hill, and I get to the bottom where there's like this river, and I realized that we were hiking down this hill so we could go whitewater rafting, and I was like freaking out. I'm like, I don't want to go whitewater rafting, and we were about to go get in the water, and then I was like, wait, I'm pregnant. I can't go whitewater rafting. And I looked down at my stomach, and I'm like 8 months pregnant. And I was like,
Oh my god.
and he's like, what, you didn't tell me this before? And I'm like, well, it's dangerous. I can't go whitewater rafting. And then I woke up.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was a really weird dream. Like, how did I not think of this before? It was so dumb.
Have you... Wait, what was I gonna say. I had something else to say. Oh my god.
Have you?
Oh, have you ever had dreams where like something happens and then it happens in real life, or is that just me? Because
That's
happened to
just
me.
you.
Because I remember one time it's like, so basically the way the dream happens is it'll be just a normal situation, but then something completely horrible happens and it freaks me out every single time, and then I'll like do something in real life. It'll be happening. Like one time I was at a volleyball game, playing volleyball, of course. I was on the court, and then like I realized that I was having like deja vu from the dream, and then I got really scared, and I had like an out of body experience for a second because I thought something bad was gonna happen. Everything was fine, but I was just like out of it.
That's
crazy.
So scary.
Yeah,
That's never happened to me. No.
it's I don't even know.
I've never had like dreams like that where it like happens in my head and then it happens in real life, because majority of my dreams are just fantasies of things, and I live a very sad, lonely life.
No, that's happened.
I've had a lot of dreams of like meeting people too.
So I know I keep bringing this up, but did anybody say their phrases yet?
I've said one of them.
Yeah.
I said all mine.
Definitely heard some
I've
of them.
said one. I've said my word. That's all.
Wait,
I
I
got.
feel like
word
I
as
heard
well.
you say
My
it,
mom's
and then
like,
I forgot.
She's like, hurry up, I'm hungry. I'm sorry. I told Belly, I texted her how I said my thing.
Hey, let her wait and hear it on the podcast.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the second one.
Do you want to give up? You can
so
try at
abnormal.
least.
Like it's not. I say a lot of weird stuff, especially in Rap Pack, but like there's
Can
no way for
someone
me
get
to
me into the Rat
get this
Pack?
one
I want
into
to
a
be in
normal
that so bad.
Well, if it's too hard, then you want to just say it then? Do you want to give up, or do you want to try?
Try.
No,
just attempt.
I want to try.
Tell a
because-
story.
Okay.
I don't know. We have about 10 minutes, so
Trying
Yeah.
it even a little bit, even if it's terrible and we're gonna get it, that's better than just giving up at all.
That's true.
all right.
Yes, I sort of have an idea of how I'm going to get this in here, but we need to like bring up the conversation first.
Okay, I'm going to say a bunch of random words, and if I hit the topic, just let me know. Okay, candle, perfume, school, friends, teachers, family members, crazy psychopath members. Family members. Presidents, politics, Christmas, Halloween, Easter,
Twitter.
religions. Wait, what?
No, just keep going. I tried to do a word.
Basketball, volleyball, softball, baseball. I'm not going to say the rest.
I don't think this is
Have
working.
we talked about like people like weird texts we received yet?
I just got a weird text and I didn't say anything, but I did. Wait 1 second. Okay,
I'd like to hear it.
I want to tell this. Okay, so I'm so excited about this because I think this is so funny. I changed my phone number about a month ago, and ever since then, I've been getting texts from these like people I obviously don't know and obviously don't have the right number, and I'm always in group chats. I was in this one group chat where they're like, "Happy Thanksgiving, everyone! I love you." And they were sending all these messages, and I couldn't tell if it was someone I knew or not, and I was too embarrassed to ask, so I just said, "Hope everyone has a great dinner." And then I just now, like during this podcast, someone texted me, "Girls' Day at Judy's on December 16th." And then they're like, a gift exchange, you can bring finger food, and Judy has plenty of black velvet or vodka to share.
Ooh, Judy!
I don't know why I get these messages. One time I got a message from a lady that was like, I think she was Russian, but she's like, "I need my check. Where's my check? I'm here at the bank. Why aren't you here?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't have your check." Like, I was responding like that, and she kept texting me, and I was like, "I think you have the wrong number. I'm Lulu. I'm 17.
Yeah.
And I have a basketball game tomorrow."
My friend Caitlin, she texts me the weirdest things at the most random times, and I'm pretty sure it's because like she has like really bad insomnia, so she gets like weird, like, I don't think it's like hallucinations, but like she can't sleep, so she'll like make things up in her head, and then she'll just sort of text me about why she, like, whether she likes it or not. And I've received like the weirdest text from her at like unruly hours of the morning, and I'm like, Caitlin, go to sleep.
It sounds like me. Really bad insomnia, so I just text people random stuff.
Oh, my phone's at 20%. Tight.
Tight.
She texted me at like, I think it was like 3 a.m. and she probably like woke up in the middle of a dream, and she texted. She was like, "I hate it when." I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Wait, what was I saying?" And she goes back to sleep, and she was like, and she wakes up the next morning. I'm like, "What were you texting me at 3 in the morning?" Because I don't know. I was tired, and I was like, I can tell.
Me all the time. I just don't make sense when I text though, so that's mostly the issue.
Okay, do you guys have that conversation on Snapchat where you like send someone something and then they're like ha ha ha, and then you're like, oh, what did I say? And they're like, I don't know, what did you say? What did I say?
Oh, I have all the time.
It pisses me off. I'm like, why does this happen? I just want to know what you were laughing at so I can feel good about myself.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens in the conspiracy Dinks Snapchat group chat a lot, because like I'll say something and then somebody will be like, "That's awesome, Holly." I'm like, wait. I gotta like
what is awesome?
Back in my mind to be like, wait, what I send conspiracy Dinks left?
Yeah.
I left conspiracy Dinks the Snapchat and the iMessage group chat during the fires, and now I'm still not in them.
I can add you back, girl.
Yes.
Get her back in there.
The Snapchat is great. I'm like, if it wasn't for the Snapchat group chat, Maddie and I would not be like best friends, but we are. Like, we have a streak and stuff. She's my favorite.
I'm in the Rat Pack group chat. Tori
again, can someone add me to that? I want to be in it so bad, and I can't get in because Tori's like, sorry, there's only 11 people. You can't get in. I'm like, girl.
I just want you to know what you're getting yourself into.
I don't care. I got myself into conspiracy Dinks. I'll be fine.
It gets bad in there. And, like, we have some people in there. And there's more being added currently. So, like,
okay, so with the Rat Pack, we pretend to be middle-aged white soccer moms.
Wait, is everyone here in the Rat Pack except for me?
No, I added you.
Wait, Isabella, thank you.
Yeah. I don't even know what the Rat Pack is. I was just added into it, and I don't really go in the group chat that often. I don't even go in the C-Teams group chat that often anymore. It's just, like, it's so hard to catch up, and I also just don't have time to sit there and talk for a while.
Okay. Anyways, in Rat Pack, we pretend to be white, middle-aged moms. My name is Jennifer.
I'm Nancy
Jocelyn.
She's Nancy. Anyways, like, I'm pretty, like, during those, we also sent some of the weirdest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure someone in the group chat sent, like, I hate it when my dad throws watermelons at my head when I'm sleeping, and we're like, I don't know if someone said that or not, but it is highly likely because we get super trolly.
Wait, what the heck? Tori just added me as a friend on Snapchat.
Who?
Tori. Like, just now.
Which one? Because there's two.
Yeah, look at,
wait.
This is the Rat Pack.
This Tori. Oh, I probably shouldn't show her username on Snapchat, but that's a lot of people. I'm happy. Yeah. Wait, so is the Rat Pack on Twitter or is it on Snapchat?
Like, Rat Pack has become the place to be if you're looking for some 2017 comments or just some, like, really weird name changes.
Trolley stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we're gonna be in a selfie together for the conspiracy Dinks thing.
I already put y'all on my story.
What?
I already put y'all on my
Look
story.
gross.
I put you guys on my story, so.
Guess what? Okay, since I added all my internet friends to Snapchat, my stories get, like, twice as many views. So that means, like, at least half of my friends on Snapchat are, like, conspiracy Dinks and other internet friends, and that makes me so happy. Like, I joined Snapchat so I could be with my friends from school, but, like, that's not even what it is anymore.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
There's anything.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Does anyone have any stories left to tell, or can we guess what everyone's words were?
Yeah, did everyone say it?
Holly, did you say yours yet?
You have another story? Just spurt it out, whatever you're thinking about.
I do have to say, though, I do need to go pretty soon because my mom's getting very impatient. Kenzie, why don't I have you on Snapchat? What the heck?
We have about 3.5 minutes until the hour mark hits, so we can quickly go over everything.
Okay.
So, do you want me to say the one that I couldn't get to?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
So, it was, God damn it, I grabbed the cheese whiz instead of lube again, and that's what I thought. Belly was texting me as a thing, so I said, "Who doesn't love a cheesy dick?" That's what I sent her back. And she said, "Yum yum." So like, I thought it was
that
just
one is really hard.
That's funny.
I've received some really random texts from Belly.
Okay, I want to guess. Kenzie, was one of yours weenus?
Yeah.
And was the other one?
I thought I wrote down Venus too.
Was the other one threw watermelons at my dad or something? Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I got that
and
one.
then Isabella, was yours paper mache dildo?
Yeah. Well, it was butt plug. I checked it after I said it, but yeah, I didn't know how else to incorporate that.
What was Holly's? I didn't get yours.
I said my word, and it kind of worked into one of my dreams because I did get shot in the. I did feel like I got shot in the abdomen.
Was it abdomen?
It was in her abdomen.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh, that was good.
Isabella, what was your other one?
Chomp.
Chomp? Oh.
I said I want to chomp down on a burger right now.
Oh, that's good. You did say that. Like, I was like, why did she say that? And then I didn't think about it.
Yeah,
does anyone have guesses of what mine were?
Chomp on a burger, like you feel? Like that's what I said.
The ones Belly gave me were so oddly specific. Like, she gave you guys, like, chomp and stuff like that. Like, obviously you can work that into conversations a bit easier than weenus and I hate when my dad throws watermelons at my head when I'm sleeping.
You did pretty well. Does anyone...
You incorporated that pretty well, though.
No one caught mine, though?
I'm supposed to incorporate the cheese whiz instead of lube. Like, what were yours, Lulu?
Does anyone have any guesses?
Okay, I had one guess, but,
What?
like, I forget the exact story because I have the worst memory in the world. But when you were talking about the little girl and the little boy that you were babysitting,
What do you think it was?
I don't remember exactly what you said during that, but it was
Okay.
like...
It was, so the first phrase Belly gave me was Carol fed the kids cheap juice.
Yeah, that.
I thought that sounded weird, and I didn't say anything.
I had no idea how to incorporate that in any story. And then the second one was flaps. And I said flaps, and I was talking about the flaps on my planner. Like the flaps.
That's easy.
I thought something...
What?
I thought you were talking...
Now I feel like all the
about your
conversations
planner. I
we
was
just
like,
had
there's gotta
today.
be...
So that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
put the
like-
flaps on my planner.
That's...
Yeah, no, you were talking so specifically about that planner. I was like, there's got to be something with that planner. That's one of the words Belly gave her, but
no one
couldn't
says
know.
the word flaps. Like, what is that? What?
I do, okay.
Okay, well,
You
you're
want
special,
flaps?
Belly.
Belly, she's gonna watch this. Belly,
Have
you
you
should give
guys
me
watched
ones that I
any
can
of the
actually work in a conversation.
Yeah,
That's
I already
super
texted her.
weird.
I'm like, you gave me the... Oh, guys, one more thing.
She's such a troll.
On YouTube,
What?
Rachel's videos.
I said one more thing.
Oh, I love Rachel. Kenzie, your forehead is giant right now. Are you doing that on purpose?
I don't. I have a hard time holding.
I
the
did.
phone, like,
Did
far
you guys
away.
see the 2 podcasts I did with Rachel?
Um,
I adore
Rachel's
her.
a gem.
All
I
of
love her.
Yeah,
I love
it was really fun. She was like the only person in the group chat that was available, and we filmed 2 podcasts. But I feel like we should close this out so we can let Isabella go and eat dinner. What does that mean? Is this a thing? What's it saying to me? I feel so left
I
out.
just saw a chili dude. I thought it was hilarious.
What is it? Like the Batman thing?
I think
That's not
it's more
bad.
like this. Like you put your fingers together.
Like fleet?
I can't even do it because my fingers are so awkward.
What is it?
I don't know. What if it's like a gang
I'm
sign? We're all-
Batman.
My fingers are too awkward to do it.
Okay, yeah, I really gotta eat. I'm sorry.
I'll close this podcast. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the Conspiracy Dinks podcast. Thank you, guys, for joining me. I had a lot of fun on this one. And thank you, Belly, or no thanks, for trolling us. Tune in next Sunday at 10 a.m. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.